Hello, hello. Welcome. Just setting it up. Just setting her up. Should be good. That's my keyboard being weird. Let's get into it. I did a little bit of testing, so hopefully this looks good. Yeah, I love Ostriv. If you're unaware how to play, I'm going to be going kind of quickly. If you know how to play, you'll understand what I'm doing. But I have to get through this early game stuff here, so I'm gonna place down the most essential buildings. I haven't played in a long time, but I do know how to play pretty decently. So we want to have a clay pit. And then we also need a thatchery. Everything is moved for me though. Thatcher in the middle. I believe that they used to be in different places. Alright, so those buildings are gonna get built. What's up, Goon? How are you? Ooga dooga. How are you today? I fucking love Ostriv. This is a real man's city builder. Back in Eastern Europe. I'm gonna teach people finances today. I'm also gonna teach them how to build a slightly productive small village and hopefully not starve to death. But I've never really starved to death in this game. Pretty good at getting it going. We could speed it up, but I like watching these guys build. Freaking chef's kiss when it comes to building. The best when it comes to building. And depending on how many, depending on how many laborers you have in your job, they'll literally be there. What's up, Litcher? How are you today as well? Thank you for joining me, man. I'm close to your home. You're a Hellgast? Exactly, this is authentic. I feel like a real man when I play this game. But I honestly do pretty good the first year, June. I've got like a good method down. So usually the first house is like the mayor's house. And I want the people, they're gonna kind of live in this street, but I think what I'll do is they're gonna live, and then, I forget what the button is. F1, yeah, that's what I thought it was. You can custom the yard. Make it nice and big. And these guys are gonna grow some vegetables. They'll have money. We have to create classism in this game. It's just how it goes. You rotate. Forget how to rotate in this game. You should just rotate. Oh, T. And R, obviously. I'm stupid. You can tell haven't played in a while, but I do remember what I'm doing. Yo, you managed to play Killzone 2? This is not how Licher's family grew up. I mean, maybe it is, though. I don't know. Is it Licher? How authentic. I'm glad you got to play Killzone 2. That was one of my brother's favorite games as a kid. He really loved that game. Try to get that lined up right. Oh no. I did not mean to click it. I don't even think I even built... Oh yeah, I didn't confirm it. I never got to play Killzone too much. Sorry if I don't read too much of your messages right now, because I gotta plant these houses. And then I'll read them. But I never got to play too much Killzone. I wasn't a PlayStation guy. So we want to move that one closer. So these are the two people that we'll probably have. And we have 9 families, so we need to build a total of 9 houses here. And I'll try to use this as like a line, but it doesn't have to be all straight. It can just be a little bit wonky. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I always use Salem actually as a basis for how I build my town. This is kind of like how early Salem built, but a little bit of like a change up to how it works. Alright, so what you want to do is you make sure these ones are closer. Actually not. This is a fine setup because they're in between each other. I don't even have to worry. Ah, good night, Licher. Good night. I don't know if the game is updated in a while, Goon. To be honest. Like, it updates. Actually, it does update, but like, yeah, your saves are probably bugged because they have a lot of stuff. Like, all of this stuff has been reworked and moved around, and then there's like the whole food section has been separated from it. I believe they used to be together. There's some new stuff too that used to not be in the game, but like, obviously with the war in that area, they couldn't really continue the dev process the way they wanted to. That's what I say. I say this is what Manor Lord should be. But in this game, it should just have like little musket men. If it had like some battles, I would love it. Or Cossacks or something. Like actual little troopers. How's it looking, by the way? Should be looking pretty good. Yeah. It runs like fucking butter. I'm using actually the map that has limited everything, so I'm gonna be trying to go like agricultural, but you can make quite a lot of money in this game just by like doing farms and having wood. The best early game production loop is usually selling coal, and I do a lot of that. So I make a ton of money. Is this lined up with that? I like to make sure they're like at least kind of lined up. Especially these buildings. This is the smithy building. You need him. And you need him about right there. Actually, right there. And you're also going to want to have a cartwright. He's going to want to be a little closer to town. And he can be built. Yeah, he'll be at the end. Yeah, it's a cozy builder. Definitely, like, some people, if they would add any kind of military thing, it'd have to be like an expansion add-on with no action in the main game. Like, it would just have to be a separate thing, because they would kill their whole player base. But I love this game. So now that this should be, yep, this is the mayor, I believe. Yep. The mayor always gets the first house, and that's why I always built this house first. So he's gonna live in a nice house with some good planting, and this is exactly how I wanted it. Nice little road's gonna pop in here, and he's gonna have this whole land crops. And then we'll build a granary like kind of at the end of his street here, and he's gonna have, or down here, and then he can sell stuff to us. And he will become, I forget what the term would be. He's the wealthy class, that's basically it. These two guys are going to be wealthy class citizens. Educated, wealthy, and then we'll build a few more over here, same style as we expand. The rest of the plebs can eat buckwheat. It's going to be buckwheat for the rest of them. And potatoes. And fish. But these guys will provide the veggies. Veggies and honey. Foundation was on the list. So it was either going to be Soviet Republic Workers and Resources or this game. I just couldn't decide last night. I was really on the edge, and I had a dream. I had a vision. Ridiculous vision, and I saw people walking through a beautiful little village, and it was decided. But no, for real, it's just such a good game. I haven't played it, I don't think, like, seriously enough. And it's perfectly suited to what I was just doing in 6. Which was hell. Hellish nightmare. Put that there. We'll give them some benches since they're free. I like to give each house a bench, and I don't like... You're not freaking living in the barbarian age here, man. Don't be hanging around no dang fire or nothing. Get out of there. So we're gonna send them off to another area, and once these ladies have that, I like to drop that down, and I check this guy often. Once they fill up on logs, I'll take a laborer from there. Yeah, Sava, you look like a good guy. Did he get that based on age? I think he did. No. Our key here is... he's older. I wonder how they determine who gets what house. This guy just got the lucky straw. He's gonna make it big in this country. You have to very quickly build a town center here, town hall. And I'm gonna actually put that, it's gonna be kind of like, just be right across the street from this guy's house, basically. But I'll suspend it, make it look nice too. Right there, and it's a perfect little lane for them to be coming down. So he'll be able to make money and work here, and hopefully his wife is educated. No, she's not educated. We want an older woman who's educated to be a manager for time schedule, but if we have to, we can use a man Now, it should be based on education for this house. I can tell them to move, though. I could send him to the lower class. That'd be funny. Because ideally, these people should be the educated people, because they're gonna have the best food variety with what they grow. Between 2 or 4 of these houses is my best design. I used to build all of them like this, and I find that the space they take up is too much, and your people get rich, really rich, because they don't have to spend money on food. You have to literally price gouge your people to death and keep them below 100. Nothing over that, and they shouldn't be making this much money per month until later, until they have items to buy. And you're balling. Because the money that you have as a city is traded here. So if I have 2,000 at the start, it could be given out to all these people, and I could have nothing. I'd have to trade to make more money. But if I can gouge them by having these two make the money for me, and then hopefully if they don't die. If they die and they don't have heirs, I'm pretty sure, or I don't think the money goes to their heirs. The money just dissipates. It doesn't go anywhere. It just goes with them. So you don't want to have them too rich. So I'll put a tax on people who have higher income or higher value. Games combat would be so good though, because I think you could probably do like a lot with it. Like this game, I think that like they should expand these. Like you should be able to like unlock this portion of the map and just go wild, building little like towns and provinces and stuff, and then having little hussars and little guys coming through, Cossacks and all the other troops of the area. Build up militias. They have so much detail that you could definitely get it right. Like, when they're wearing just their regular summer clothes, it's different than their winter clothes. They have different winter clothes, outfits. And look at that. With the 6 boys on this, they're cracking at it. We've got 7 logs. We want these guys to make sure they're getting more logs. And as they fill up, see they're grabbing all these logs? I'm going to remove one of them. And he's going to help out. And obviously we don't have any more housing space, but once this little village is gone, I can move things over. Only low quality water there. That's not good. You usually want to have a well for at least every 4 or 5 houses, in my opinion, sometimes more. Oh, I gotta turn top messages filter off too. That would be a cool mod, dude. I think that the biggest thing with 6 is it's trying to be a real sim, and it's not accomplishing it in a realistic way. So for example, these Aleski and Tarenti here, 25, 23, they're getting it on. They're going home every night and they're shaboinking, and they're getting those baby making skills going, and they're gonna pop out a little child here, or maybe 6. And same with these guys. This is actually probably one of my least lucky fucking starts. I've never seen families with no children. But that's what 6 needs, is like an actual like baby making system that's not a procreation building that's just sitting there. I actually kind of like that. It's like straight on this side, but it's a little bit like... I'm not going to go for straight, because sometimes I build these cities that are like as perfectly square as possible. I think they're visually nice, but a little unnecessary. I think it'll be okay if I just drop this down here. Take him. So what he can do is he can actually cut these logs by himself. He doesn't need a buddy, but he needs a buddy to carry the logs. So once these are used, this wood, he'll give it to people from here and just keep trading it off. And this is the best system in my mind, because then I could take him, right, I should have him yet. There we go, Stepan. Oh, they're both named Stepan. Those guys look like handsome fellows. I love the portrait system in this game. Is one of the most perfect portrait system games because they actually grow. So like if I can find a little child. Ooh, I don't like those bushes, sir. Let's just take your take that bench out there. Those bushes look really bad with the way your bench was sitting there. Let's find a child though. If we can find a child, you can see they have like little baby cherub faces. Where the fuck are they? There's one. No, get back here. There she is. Oksana. You'll see her grow, which is my favorite thing. You get to see her literally turn into like a woman like this. She'll get older. You really get interested in their lives after a certain point. Like, I tried to pay attention. So like, this is Lukian. He's the friend of, it seems like, yeah, the 7-year-old boy here. He's at his house. They're at each other's houses, playing at each other's houses. Stepan's and yeah. Makes sense though, they're probably playing with young Vadim here, young baby Vadim. Literally the cutest little child on the planet. And I like to get to school pretty early, so these people are educated. We need 2 more houses, but I think we have 3 houses. So we have got, yeah, we have 1 extra house for a family. I unintentionally built 10 houses. That's perfect though. Then we can actually disassemble this well here. And they did get the smithy going, so now we have to take from here. Got to put his charcoal. Luckily there's no carcinogens in this game currently. But if there was, that would be pretty bad. Alright, let's go. So usually I drop that down and I drop this to about 250. Try to keep it at a reasonable number. Because I play so much 6 though, this game is not as complex for me. I think that it's pretty simple. And I just love the little pixels. You can just sell tons of coal. And you never ever have to worry about buying things other than that. Like, you're just selling coal, making more money. You buy metal and you sell the items you make with it, and you make good profit. Heck, I could sell planks, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I wanted to put some trees in. I think the cottonwood is a real nice tree for an area like this. There we go. And what's cool is the forester actually comes and does it. It's not a laborer, it's the forester. He plants the trees. It's a nice feature. I think this game gets it perfect, every detail. Instead of having like a random jerk off do it, it's always someone like relevant. Yeah, see, not perfectly lined up, but it's okay. They didn't know what a fucking, I don't know how you would measure a distance actually. I know how, but I don't know what you'd call it, because you use a level for, I guess you'd level it, but I don't know what that would be straight. Plumb is up and down. Kuhn, if you're watching, you might know. What did the Romans call making something straight across a distance? Like, I can't recall. Because we use all the same terms. That's gonna be something I look up later. You goddamn Twitch bastards. Anytime I look over there, they've got a spam message. I thought about maybe not doing Twitch and just doing Kick. I see a lot of people do Kick, but I don't know what that is gonna be like. I don't want it to be like Slur City and like Racism Town, you know. I kind of want to avoid that. See, that's the thing. So like level would be if you leveled something like across a horizontal position, but plumb would be up and down, a vertical. My thought is, well, they definitely have a term because they did have things straight from a distance, you know, and then we do have it in the modern times. It's like a laser level, I guess, but they don't really. I guess it's just level. It's level. We're not level. This is crooked. And the Romans would be disappointed. I think. Truthfully. I'm a little disappointed myself. But it's okay, they're just ignorant. You can't find wood anywhere. Well, let's fix that. Here you go. And we got all the houses built. Look at that. I am the city builder. There's the perfect little town here. So now usually what do I do? I think I always kind of just go straight for farm. And as this is good land for farm, I might use it because we don't have the time to cut down a lot of property or land over there. But kind of right here, maybe. I want to have a little bit more space for some houses. So we'll have some more houses. Kind of like in here. I need to wait for this building to get removed. Yeah, exactly. I know exactly the item or the tool that you're talking about. I don't know what it's called though. That's the thing. I wish I knew its name because I don't think the level's the name they use, but the plum is the same. As I learned in carpentry, that's why we call it plum. The plumbers, and we use lead, which is LB. It stands for fucking the same thing. It's a strange connection. It's very funny. They used to use lead to make plumbing fucking connections. Dude, I can't wait. There's so many good games I want to fucking smack a lack doing this kind of style of video. Like Factorio. I think Factorio is a definite. But I'm waiting for people. The Plumbob. The Plumbus. Yeah, the Plumbob is an ancient tool. Ancient beyond known understanding. It's probably predating the Romans. You don't want to mess with a man when he busts out his plumbus. His little Plumbob. Let's put a nice little warehouse in here for the boys. Should probably build that here. Are you fucking with me, man? Oh, no wait. What did these boys make? Oh, I should actually build the granary first. They made onions. One of the things I like to take though is peas. Peas is a good one. That's the only one I usually buy. Honey and stuff, like things that don't go bad. I'm not gonna buy stuff that goes bad. Now, the difference between these two is one takes clay and thatch, the other one just takes wood. We don't have wood right now. We can make quite a bit pretty fast. So I think we put this here. It's gonna take up the whole section, the front. So we'll put it like this actually. I want this out of here. Get this out of here. get to it, boys. Oh, yeah, move the granary forward. Warehouse doesn't matter. I'll build another house. We should be getting a family once we build a market. Well, the market system in this game is really good too. Yeah, this is the perfect place to have the market. Add a worker. She's gonna put firewood, and we're also gonna have her have peas, buckwheat, honey. Righty. It's gonna be a beautiful little city center here with the warehouse, little town area, town center. We'll try to put some nice stuff, maybe some decorations. I wish they added a little more decorations though. They definitely need a few more, like barrels or barrels, maybe a barrel or a sign. I like barrels. I don't know why barrels are such a good thing to add to your city. Foundation gets it right. You get a lot of stuff. And people probably like, oh, he doesn't know Foundation. I've played it a little bit. I think the early game is just very easy picking. It's hard, but it's just min-maxy. It's all. You have to just kind of figure it out and do it that way. And then once you get past that, it's pretty easy. And then it's like the most beautiful city building, awesome experience ever. It's probably one of the best. We want to make sure we're misogynist here, so women only work in houses because we need to maintain our male population. Also, one thing I always forget to do is you want to make sure your resources are being supplied by laborers, and by laborers by car. So that way, this guy doesn't have to work. The same with this one. So people are going to start doing the job for him that he's trying to not do, basically. We want to make sure he's performing preventative repairs. Put a parking lot right here. So our goal is to kind of clear this out and move over and make space for stuff. We have some more house space here for expensive rich people. Yeah, we want to buy peas and honey. And about 200. That's it. We don't want anything else from these people. So this guy, his wife, Romania here, she's gonna come down. Litcher's not here. They're gonna come down here and they're gonna get that going. Now the town hall costs a decent amount, but I think it's a necessity. So once this gets food, we should be able to start getting people. Yep. So now she's putting the peas in. It's nice. It's fair that Romania works where she's gonna make her money. This is perfect. She's gonna make the money for the family, not upon us here. I'm paying her to bring these goods down to me, and I don't pay her a lot, but it still adds up. I think I pay her like 10 cents per fucking 10 of them. Probably more. She's probably gonna come sell me some honey too, because I think they're making honey. Maybe she doesn't have it. The house is predetermined what they want to make. So like these people grew onions and carrots and potatoes, and that's what they chose. And they chose peas and probably corn and I think honey, because this stuff is already here with them. Each family already has stuff. Usually a small amount. Like this is how much you want to keep them with though. Their diets are very complex. And here we go, the first winter. The first winter. I build this early because I gotta take their incomes down. They don't need a lot of money. Save me the money in the future. And then I'll build a trade post actually right after we build everything in this line. Nine trees isn't too bad. Yeah. I want it centralized, close to everything. You guys get to work, take those trees down. I need you to clear this woods. How are my cards looking? They're fucked up. We're out of nails, so we need him working here. I'm just trying to see if I can snag people from jobs. She can't work right now. We just have to wait for that new family to move in. No jobs available. I can change that. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So this is gonna disappear. And our boys are gonna move over. Then we can control region or seasonal hiring. Counselors, let's try to see if we have, yep, we have an educated woman. She just saves us on manpower because men can do jobs that women can't do, but typically women can do jobs that men can do. And I'm not a mean person. That is just the way this game rolls. They don't like women. But it's okay, because they provide an essential function. Look at the new family moved in. Hell yeah. God damn it. You want like a family that has like a dad and his grandpa and then his dad and then like his son, his three sons who are like 18. Oh man, when a family guy, like a whole family comes, so good. Like he could just bring you a whole group of people. So we don't need to worry about these jobs too much for now in the seasonal hiring. But we're waiting for the farm, which is next. Once the farm is up, which we should get done before I've got my screen covered, my camera, February. Shouldn't take too long. And to speed it up, I'm gonna actually go like this again. You always need a smithy. He's just a necessity. Always using so many nails. I feel like Stepan is gonna become an important person in our world. Stepan, I feel like you have a destiny with us. Let's set up the buckwheat storage now. So it's never gonna really fill up early on, but 5,000 should be good. And forget, I think it's, we could do potatoes. I have to check. I forget the cycle. I'm probably not gonna do it efficiently. But I usually go for livestock anyways, as they're much more fun. Let's toss this over here. How we doing? We're doing alright with the storage. I had to cough there. Alright. So. Most people are not going to need to pass through that way. try to make sure this is as straight as I can get it. Like so. Actually, let's go down a little bit further here. Get out our level. Like I said, I'm not going for perfect sizes here. Just something. Right, so I want to switch this to buckwheat. So that's going to take 20 and 60, leaving just a little bit left. Something like wheat or potatoes. So we'll have that in the cycle. Let's get the women here. Perfect. So now we can have our field like that. Switch to potato. And then fallow is usually a good idea for it in the 3rd year. Now we want to add another farm. Kind of like... What do you mean occupied? 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 Can I not just build it like that? Is that the problem? Maybe I gotta build it back a little bit. There we go. Don't want it to be too crazy. And I can never get these things to be straight, so I don't really care if they are. I lied. I care a little bit. There we go. Alright, so this bad boy is gonna be potatoes, fallow, buckwheat, and then you want to do a 3rd farm. Kind of like so. They don't have to all be the same size. In my experience, it's a little tiring to try to make them all the same size. So I just kind of go with the flow. There we go. Although, how straight is that from there? I have to move it over a little bit. Yeah, it's gotta go over. Just for this, I want to make it look a little nice. There we go. That way it's at least square. And then this year, you can just be fallow. I know I should probably do hemp and stuff right now, but I don't want to. I think it'll be better to do it this way. So, if I look at the fields, buckwheat, potatoes, these two are going to be grown and this one's not. Next year, these two, and then the year after that, it's going to be those. And then it's always going to be changing. We should be good. March is the year, or the time of the year when everybody has to plant. So we usually do that at around October, November. I'll wait until I see. I forget. They need to be free. So we remove their work from March. Everyone is not going to be working in the month of March. And we can actually have these ladies. We want them to work during the months of June and July. And 1 on season. And no men. That should be good. Yep. And then, yep, this is set, I think, to take March. So every man, woman, and child in the city... Oh, we gotta activate them. We'll be planting come March. And we'll have big stores of food for the next year, so we don't have to worry. We grow buckwheat because that shit doesn't expire. But we're gonna have to quickly expand our food variety by building fishing and other things. Here, let's build this house while they wait for that. And I'll open up a new job. Want to get at least 20 families early on. Pretty easy to feed. New. There we go. Alright, let's check what that looks like right there. Kind of push it over. And then I want to build a new village house over here. Get the new family. I don't want to rotate it because last time I did that, it makes it rotate the rest of the houses. I have to do it again. It's very annoying. I like to keep the houses on a straight line. Yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about efficiency. All people in the city are here planting the fields. They're going to do a lickety-split, and then they're going to have the rest of the month of March to chill. They can do whatever the hell they want. I do not care. Matter of fact, we're so efficient. Let's add another field. This will be where we put our hemp. It can just be its own little tiny field here. That's efficiency. Hemp takes, I believe that's nitrogen, the blue one there. And then after that, we could plant. Sunflowers would leave the land barren. So why don't we do wheat after that? Hemp and wheat, and we'll switch those out between the two. And we'll start to build a little bit of, activate this too. So then the month of March, we can do that, and I'm convinced we can get another one into. More farms than I usually build early on. But watching how efficient they were just now. Really inspired me. So that guy is like that. We'll have him like this, and then hemp and like fallow. Perfect. Activate. Get going, boys. We're gonna have some more houses here too. And this won't matter anyways. It's gonna be fallow. Fallow, hemp, wheat, and then remove that. Perfect. That's pretty good. So that will be fully planted. And then the months of, I believe, November are usually the months but we'll do October. And then if it doesn't come to be that, we'll change it. Oh, we could have actually set these to that as well. We should have. We'll keep the market lady. Alright. Now we wait. We wait for the harvest. The harvest is near. And I could have connected these, truthfully. It didn't really matter, but I wanted to give them an easier time, not too big of a field. Because this should produce, I believe it's Yeah, 1700. That should be the number that it produces per field. I think so. I might be wrong about that number, because it seems to be the same on all of them. And they're different size fields. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what we get. Better than nothing. And now we need wood. So let's set that up. And the on season, excuse me, give me that. On season we'll have that. And we can actually drop one of those guys. On season we want about at least 6, yeah. Once this house gets built, we can get a new person. And like I said, with our growing crops, we should be able to support a decent amount. And then we can get a windmill. And then I think, yeah, they just need a windmill. Matter of fact, we'll have grain at the end of the year, so we may as well build that. I want their houses to be in there. Yeah, that's such a beautiful little thing right there. On the side of the water. That's beautiful. Little grain zone. And I'll have like 2 or 3 houses over here with like a well. Speaking of wells. You deserve a well. Straighten it out with your house there. Nice. That's done. So we can add a new job. I do want to get more wood going. I think that wood is an industry that I really kind of ignore. I should focus on. So this should probably move up too. Take these buildings out and I can get my building space back here. Because I can build a couple more houses in here. Maybe cows are really good. Sheep can be okay, but they're harder because you need to have the fulling mill. And then I think you can produce warm clothing from broadcloth. But I've never actually built a fulling mill. So maybe it isn't bad. I think I'll go for sheep this time. I've never done sheep. Production of wool and milk. They should produce food as well. Yep, they do. They get mutton. Chickens are just a little too slow. Although pigsty is really cheap. Maybe we start with pigs and then we move our way up. I think we move pigs first. Actually, you know what? I do remember something. I almost got myself fucked up there. Pigs don't produce enough meat for the food they eat. Because they eat things like this. Our food. They need to eat what we eat. Where sheep can use fallow or from the fields. I think. What else do they need to eat? They can graze on the pasture and they need their own pastures. Hay, yep. Okay, so we go for sheep. I almost fooled myself there. I almost done goofed. So we'll put iron and nets. But I do know I need fishing as well. It's just a huge labor cost that I'm not really interested in. There we go. wait for them to put the carts over here. Perfect. So now that that's done, we want to build this, as it's the only way you can get metal. And on this map I don't have iron, so I need to, or I will soft lock myself. Look at the fields. Beautiful fields of wheat. What month are we in? June. Got a few more months to go before we worry about harvest season. Yeah, they're growing. Corn, it looks... No, that's not corn. I'm stupid. They look like squashes or something. Maybe that's what peas look like when you grow them. Never grown them. Then we give them flour. We'll get to see all this pretty soon. I think it's a necessity, though, that I need to get the fishing docks. It's June, so we're not going to be able to get them up this year. I might build it over here. The granary's there, so they can kind of travel pretty close. It's further from there. And then we want to make a production building, boatyard. Boatyard doesn't need to be too close to it, but it's better to have it probably over here. Put that there. We'll have some houses kind of in here as well. Oh, fuck. Forgot to change the reason why I was working so hard to get these guys to their fucking point there. So we sell. Put a little bit of land tax. And then I usually check their monthly income. It's 3. Yeah, these guys are moderately wealthy from the money they've been making from me. It's okay. These people are probably getting there, yeah. Gave them a little bit too much money. But we can make that back. Yeah. Look, them. $2 is enough. And their land tax is 8 for, you bastard. It can't be so low because they won't have enough to live. He needs to have his wife working as well, and I don't want to hire her. real world problems here. I have to do something really quickly. No, I like that. Could be the UI being so big. No, that will all require restart. I do see a little bit of frame drop. I think that was part of it. Sometimes UIs being really large can like drop frames. Not always, but it can be a thing. But I'm also playing at full speed, so that's probably it too. But not a significant amount. It sucks because sometimes, even though I've checked my computer standards, it's a high tier computer, still not high tier enough to run a lot of these games. I think that's why people ignore them when they stream. They're very tough, unless you have like a NASA tier computer, or you play them on low graphics, which I refuse to do. Our town's doing really good though. It's about to be time for the harvest. I gotta move my... There we go. Let's just get my webcam down. No more webcams for now. Be tired of trying to look presentable. Look at that beauty. They got the planks. They got the scaffolding. They got the little incline there. Oh yeah, baby. You build that building. And it's done now. We can take 2 guys here. And this one, I don't think you can hire a woman for the job. Typically, I like to keep these 2 guys set to working because they are very, very, very important. So we want to store 5,000 charcoal away. Now we're going to start getting trade deals, and these trade deals are going to be really useful for the future. Now, let's take away you 2. He's intelligent? Good. We wanted to make sure that the educated one here is there. I'm gonna take Sava out of there, and he's gonna work here, hopefully. Whoever works here, it better be Sava. Because I want him to live close to where he works. Sava? Good. So should have a spare man. I took 2 men out. Maybe one of them went somewhere else to work. Ah, here he went to work at the wood place, forestry. Eventually, when we cut all the wood from this area, I will just remove the forestry and start building up here and doing that. And then finally, in the future, we'll have to actually build like a little dedicated zone for forestry. It'll be nice, very nice. Looking at August here, mid-August. How you guys doing now financially? I try to look at the poorest of my citizens because I've pretty much lost this money. I can't sell things at a high enough rate to get money out of them. But luckily the only things we hold are things that don't expire. Oh look, they're harvesting. Oh, it's August. So we want to take them out of their jobs. And these guys are important. August. Pause. I'm pretty sure she can do it from here, but I honestly don't understand how to do it from here. Then we take August. Now they should get a ton of labor here. And they'll start harvesting this. But it's important to note that you need to have farm laborers to thrash the harvest, especially buckwheats and other wheats. And I think hemp, certain other things. I don't know if you have to thrash everything. Yeah, the potatoes you don't need to thrash. They just pick them out of the ground. So they got their potatoes. Those don't look like potatoes to me. Those look like, yeah, those are potatoes. Little baskets of potatoes. That's a good old harvest there. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You got interest. They're offering some iron here. And iron is very, very cheap. I can get 2,000 iron for $260. So we're going to buy that. We might not be able to make the money right now. But we have plenty more where that's coming from. Because we're going to hopefully get it traded with the charcoal. This guy should be filling. Yep, we're filled up. Metal parts can be a good trade too. So I try to make 50 here. Then set this to 75. Or 70 should be good. As you saw, I just ordered 2,000 metal. Add to 0. Now we're going to be falling out of control with metal. It's super cheap in this game. Always worth buying a lot of it. Because you can turn that stuff into very valuable things. Yeah, farm those fields. What's going on? Where the heck are the rest of these laborers? Oh, it's September. September rolled around. So August and September they need to be out. That's perfectly fine by me though, because truthfully, the food is the most important thing. No other job is as important. Now you guys all go to work. Get all those laborers back in the line. There we go. We have a new house, I think. Nope. I think that new family moved in. I didn't notice, actually. Pretty good, though. So, respectively, each field pulled about 2,000 or so, or roughly between 1,000 and 2,000. Buckwheat is doing good. So this should store it. Yep. Potatoes and buckwheat. Wheat, flour. And the hemp is going to be used for clothing. We can store the hemp here. And we can use the seeds for other stuff as well. Alright, the end of September is here. That was a good timing. So the two months is going to be needed for the harvest, which is fine by me. Got that, and I want to make production. The tailor, she uses cloth. Weaver, she's going to use hemp. Go. Okay, get some hemp going. Okay, get jobs. Yep. It honestly doesn't matter the difference what I build now, because as long as you get your trading post up and you're able to order that 2,000 iron or whatever I ordered. What is it? Oh, it's here. Why aren't you guys taking that? Oh. Labor by card. There we go. So they should be bringing charcoal here as they are, and I think they should take the iron. We actually probably just need a person here as well. Supply. Yeah, there we go. You don't need to have a person working here unless you want to. No. Plague. This is the worst thing that can happen sometimes. Oh, you know what we need to do? Oh, that's a cool fucking stall. Alright. Potatoes. Let's get a lady working here. Make sure this one is for ladies. There we go. What do you have that I could buy? Corn? Oh, that's marrow. I guess those are pumpkin, or kind of like squash. Like, those are what I saw in the corner there. Dried fruit. Perfect. I'll purchase that. You're telling me I don't have any women? What the fuck? What? How's that possible? Open vacancies. There's no women? Oh, there we go. Goddamn women. What the fuck? We just got this family here, Mikolo. I don't want to take men from these jobs to go do that. But eventually, once our population hits a good point, then I can. Yes, so remember how we sold, or we bought that for like 200 something? Look at that. We made our money back, pretty much. Just the charcoal. And it's already there. We just need to make sure we give it to them. And if we do, make money. And then we just keep selling charcoal. Simple. Simple economics. Sell me some of your damn dried fruit. You have 300. Oh, boy. See, they have honey. Yeah, they're not making honey. But they have honey. And you sell pigs, horses, and cows. I think now is the time where I want to get the sheep farm. We can just like plop it here, I think. I don't know if I want to put it too close. We need to have somewhere for them to pasture. I might have to do it like this. And then the pasture's right there on my right here. And then we also need to have hay dryers. I don't want to use that there. Put that over here instead. There we go. So we can get growing. I'd rather work on the sheep farm before I do anything else. Obviously the windmill too. Got dry fruit at the market. Trying to make sure everybody's got their income okay here. This family might need a little bit. And this one too. We want to keep them above 20 bucks. Right now it's just because she's not working, but her seasonal income from working at the fields should give them a surplus. Because now that we've got everything set up, I don't mind my people having some money. I can actually create a little bit of equality. But the worst thing, like I said, is if a family dies, they take all of it with them. My money, Mr. Krabs. No workers to thresh. You know what? We got a spare labor. We made our money there, I believe. Yep, income 250. See, our expenses though are from earlier in the year when we purchased that other stuff. Our import, and our salary here is 426. That's counting from the earlier in the year as well. But the new year we'll see a new rise in our finances. The reason why I don't stock like 10,000 here is there's really no need. Here, let's take one of those guys. We really want to make sure this is 2 people. How the fuck? I need you to make these nails. Trying to get this windmill up and running so we can get flour. That will be a diverse diet enough for them. Peas, honey, buckwheat, potatoes, dried fruit, and then flour. They can make some pretty good stuff at home with that. You can make a pie. You can make a potato pie. You can make a honey potato pie. You can make a pea pie. And you could make a buckwheat stew with your wheat, your gruel, your mashed up flour. That sounds delicious. Pies all day. If you had bread, like if you had dough, I think that's probably the best thing you should make is like a pie. If you have a tin. That's what I picture these people all eat. Pies. Every day. Like little elf people. Oh, I haven't been using that. I've been using this bench. Windmill is up and running here. Now it needs a man. We need September and October. Oh wait, no. It was August and September. And we can take this gentleman out. And they should get to work. Producing some good for our families. That's what we need to see. Tons and tons of wheat. And then the reason I build the sheep farm is because it's very easy to get hay in this game. Super easy. And we want to take advantage if one of these guys deliver. Now, I can sell him an additional 400 or whatever, or 4,000 and just stack him out, but if I do, he will get a little too much, so I'm only going to sell him 1,000. It's not too bad. We're going to try to diversify our products soon, though. That way, by the time he comes next time, I can sell him 4,000 or whatever. But I was only doing that the first time to show I can recover my losses. Now that we're in the new year, though, you should see our expenses. Our salary is only 30. I paid for that salary just by trading there. You can see our income, land taxes, housing rent, not very high. Local sales we get pretty decent. So as long as these are close, we can make the difference. We've got an income here. But I might even have to lower labor wage down to $1, I think. And basic monthly income to $1.50. It sounds cruel, but I'm actually going to do that, because these people, as long as their wives are working multiple jobs, or like working during the seasons, they should be okay. And every year, there's going to be a huge surplus of workers that need to be coming in. There won't be people without jobs, that's for sure. And if one of them goes into poverty, I can just financially help them. And that way, they don't starve to death. And that should change my treasury. Because if each person in my town is working, there's 46 of them, technically one man's looking for a job. That means there's roughly, it says 31 adults. That's like $31 a day. That's a lot of money. We don't have money like that. But I've never run with sheep before. I wonder how they work. We'll need a fulling mill. But I imagine having the weaver and the fulling mill and everything else will be pretty good. Production, we want to make sure we have space for the tailor as well. Right there. They have access to water from there. Ooh, we don't have thatch. Maybe we need her working a little bit more during the year. Ah, I'm a fool. It's okay. We can still get there. I'm gonna take 2 of you from there. Toss you on there. That way we can try to get these 2 buildings up and running. Should have had that going, because once the thaw hits, and then I can start. Now we've got a plant. So the whole month of March, everybody's gonna be coming in. And then once we get oxen, I'll probably have like oxes over here or something. Yeah, and then we'll have our oxes come down the road, and they can use the fallow fields, because every year we'll have at least 2 fallow fields. So the sheep and the ox can be on 2 different fields. On a fallow field, which makes them make the fertility go higher. And then our ox and our cows will provide milk, meat, leather, and farm support. That should be all of the sowing. They gotta grow their weed. It's important. Back in the day, weed. Yeah, we just let them take the month. I don't want to mess with their settings. And our food should be diverse enough. Honey, buckwheat, potatoes, yeah. They've got a lot of different foods. Actually, now that I think about it, like I said, it takes a lot of men to work at a fishery. How many metal parts do we have? In export stock, we have 50 already, so we could put those up for sale. Ideally, we will eventually start to have like 100 or 2 at a time, and we can make some money that way. I love the fucking guy. He literally moves it with the wind. Such a beautiful model. Like, the devs of this game are the dev. Look at that. Imagine for one day you get to just live in Ostriv here. Plop your ass down in the town center. Can't see anything out there. Just completely open horizons. I like how they've created roads themselves too. So I can kind of think, alright, this is the center here. I can sit here, and then let's put some trees or something. Those are kind of big trees for that size, yeah. And then we'll put a little bit of a fence around that. I don't know if I like that. How does it look close up? Can't really see. Not a big fan of this fence style. I want like a little bit more of a dainty fence. It's gonna surround the little tree for now. This one should do. Yeah, that's more thin, like the fence, or the bench that's in front of it. That looks nice. They can also put bell. Oh, and I forgot to put their shrine in here. They want to have a chapel. Plop that down right there. How are you still out of... Come on, lady. Get your shit together. Get your shit together, lady. I think it's because it costs so much to build this building. Dude, the upper loft of the sheep house. Wow. The sheep farm building. So beautiful. I wish I paid more attention. I should have paid more attention to this building being built. Because I haven't used sheep too much. I think I may have built one once. But I don't vividly remember it. Joist. I think these are called. I forget. I always forget the names. The rafters. Was never a good framer. We gotta think about putting in some more housing here. This is where the sheeps are gonna go. They just need a field that, in case they don't have a field that's fallow, they can go to. Doesn't have to be too big. One thing I wish you could do though is rotate after you built it. Just turn the fence, take this out, and put that in. That'd be a nice feature. Sometimes you build them the wrong direction. Wow. What a nice building. Holy shit. Alright, resource supply. We will have it worked by young women, and it will be worked year-round. Usually don't need 2 workers there. Oh, we can't build that there. Come on. There we go. Makes sense. They have to get in and out of that building there. Oh, it's gonna be a bitch, huh? Just need a little field, god dang it. There we go. Looks straight enough for me. So when a trader comes, we're gonna buy some fucking sheeps. And yep, use fallow field if available. So one thing we want to avoid her doing is getting water from a place that might be used by our people here. It's much closer for her to go this distance, and she technically does have to go from there. So we'll put that in. We might not be able to see fishing this year, but that's okay. We've got plenty of food coming in. The boatyard is ready. So we'll hire a man. Take him off August and September. Supply him. And then we want to start building some houses over here. Because we're going to need a lot of men to work these fisheries. Is that a sand pit? What is that? Why does that look like that? I don't know. So now she should technically grab water from this platform. And we'll wait until she stocks it. And then once she stocks this building with hay, we will just turn her off until we buy some sheep. I think we'll buy 3 female sheep and a male sheep. And then hopefully they'll procreate well enough. Stepan, I knew you were going to be a valuable member of my society. The boat builder. The master boat builder. I wish you could order the boat before the thing is built, but they seem to be building it rather quickly. So I lied. We might be able to get some good fishing in this year. Let's actually add some storage space for fish. And what's nice is they can just have raw fish, or you can go for salted fish, but you need to have a salt works. So it's like integrated upgrades as you go along. Give me sheep. Those don't look like sheep. Those look like cows, pigs, and horses. I'm not quite convinced that... So this is Durkachi. It might be one of these two. I wouldn't send the messenger because it's always a waste of money. You just want them to send it to you. Last time we sold him 5,000, we'll sell him 3,000 here. So far, we should have made a profit this year, yep. Pretty good profit, too. How is my poorest family? Poor. Good. Stay that way. Stay poor. Poverty befits them. Alright. Order 2 boats. And wait till they're constructed. So you should start working, right? Wow, that's fast. Alright. So you need 3 laborers here and at least 1 laborer here to get fish. Or you could do 1 and 1. He's not going to be as fast. Oh, man. That was such a good detail. He literally rowed the boat over to the fishing dock. Look at the, like, slightly wet wood. Such a good game. Like, peak. Goon said it best when he said it was goated. You can see the reflection on the water. I want this well. And we're gonna build a well in here. Only low quality water. What the fuck? Well, there's good water here, so we'll do it there. What the good goddamn in hell? Alright, fishman. Why are you not stocked? Make this building empty. Get rid of that. I hope I didn't delete those. Oh, I pray to God I didn't just delete those. Oh, there we go. I should have switched over there. That would have sucked. There we go. So we have 2 boats. We can hire an additional guy over here, and why not build a 3rd boat for the boys? Oh yeah, technically, yeah, you can have 5. So when guys aren't working, there's other people coming in to take their place. Aw, that sucks. He's not, like, actually throwing it. I'll give you credit, though. Still awesome. Look at that. Gets off, goes back to his workshop. Just another day. Alright. You can take a vacation. Take a lifelong vacation. Give this person a home. Looks good to me. Tuck their house in a little bit like that. God damn it, we just got a messenger from... Oh, wait. No, it's... Balak-Leah. Yes, we will take... 1 ram. 3 sheep, please. And you would like some metal parts, huh? Here we go. Yes, a big smile has entered my face. Excited. Sheepy. I fucking love sheeps. And we got a new family there. So I want him to work over here. I'm not even gonna try. Siloslav? Siloslav? He's gonna come work over there. Looks like she sells potatoes pretty fast. How many potatoes do you have? Why don't we give you a double potato storage here? Because if one runs out, there'll be a secondary potato storage. Nice, 60 fish. We have a new market. Can I change the type? F1? Oh, dang. Oh. Oh, baby. That's nice. Alright, fish. That's nice. I never noticed that. I should have looked. I need the weaver. Oh, worker. Oh. Alanya. Alanya. I think that's probably how you'd say it. Alanya. I'm not even gonna try that last name. Let's get me some babies. Milk too, wow. Makes sense though, they're mammals. Might need a new storage facility soon with all the different things coming in here. In my experience, you never really build up a lot of milk anyways. Yes! My sheep. They're so cute. And that's the ram, I think. These are the... Wait, no, he's the ram. He's got the horns. He's just a different color. Now we're chilling. Now we're in the free zone here. I'm not gonna sell more of anything right now. I think it'll be worthwhile to buy 100 warm clothes for our people and then stock them. Here. We can make clothes, but we can't make the warm clothes for some time. There we go. And then we'll have warm clothes when they bring them. We'll have them as a storage item. Oh, it's harvest. Harvest season. Damn, I have a lot of hemp fields. These weren't supposed to line up, I don't think. I see. It was supposed to go wheat here. We missed one. Well, we'll have to change that after. It's okay. 1 year is not too bad. So now, this is the year's scheduling. So pause for me. It goes hemp and then wheat. This one should be hemp, wheat, fallow. And this one should be... No, I think I fucked it up completely. Then this one just has to be fallow. Or wheat. We'll just do wheat, yeah. We just have to organize it differently from here. Doesn't really matter too much. As long as I keep track of this stuff here, so... It's gonna grow hemp, which is fine. Actually, you know what? Then this one has good wheat. Then it'll be fallow. Yeah. That's how we'll have to deal with it for now. Not too shabby. Now they have the rest of September off to chill. Take a nice chill break. Give me back a little bit of my money. Did we not get the warm clothes? Oh, I think they bought them all. Oh, I only bought 100. Because we have 100, we have 50 people, so technically they only need one per person. And then I'll have you have regular clothes. I like when they buy the winter clothes, because they look pretty swagged out with their winter clothes on. We don't want them looking at the house. What could I add in this area? Make it a little bit nicer. Didn't I just see you? Back off. I'm getting a little bit clingy. I just saw him like a week ago. You guys take this tree out of here. It's ugly. I think we want to put this well probably over here more. It'll look nicer. Hopefully we can get some ladies working here to start processing this down. We have a lot of hemp. A fuck ton of hemp. We have a lot of hemp seeds too, which we can use to make hemp seed oil. They can't work from those months. Same goes for him. Oh wait, yeah they can. Well, he doesn't need to. And then from November on season, we want to have at least 6. That should go pretty well. Get those guys back. Alright, Weaver. Just want to make sure that you're turned off for the harvest season. Alright, let's go. Let's get a woman over here. Let's get crafting. We've sold some warm clothes. Nice. Damn, we sell out of the milk though. That's good though. constantly sell out of milk. And with milk, we can make cheese. And there's other products to be made from milk as well. Forget how you make it. Dairy, yeah. I thought it said child had died. That's a little scary. How's my storage? Town storage for metal. We'll get a little bit more. And we'll sell some of this. Ideally, we start to get this building full. And then we can start producing lots of metal parts. And then horseshoes. Horseshoes make you a decent amount of money. You just want to be producing quite a few different things. Did that family just bring me 7 people? No. That was someone moving into another house from somewhere else. God damn it. So she's going to start making clothes from threads and textiles. Then these will get stored over here. And then we'll start making money on our people again. How is our poorest people? Holy shit, you're broke. Here you go. Oh my good god. I'm sorry I've done it to you. How's that sound? Become impoverished under my rule. I'm trying to make these people impoverished. I'll squeeze the others by doing the same. Look at that, 166. Oh no, you're making too much money, buddy. Wealth tax. Way too much money, bud. It's all me money. What if fucking Aponis dies tomorrow of a heart attack at 30? Oh yeah, let's see. Are you wearing warm clothes? Yes, you are. But you're not wearing full. Maybe they need to wear 5 parts warm clothes. You do not look 14, my friend. Not from your picture or your size. You look like a grown man. Go to work. Stepan and Lukian, finally there. Our mayor's son, still a nepo baby, hanging out at his neighbor's house, Sava. Unlike Ivan down here living in the freaking ghetto, he'll never know what it's like to live in the streets, the cold hard streets. Living off $12 a month. $12 because I stole all their money. Look, I gave you guys $240. That's good enough. I gotta check on these guys too. They're doing alright. Look, it's not my fault. Yeah, see, look, he's got a smithy. It looks like someone else in the family's making money for him. He's just an in-law. I didn't know their in-laws could live with them. That's so cool. He's just the cousin, or his brother, I think. Havlo Daresh. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is this? Why are you living in their house? You sure? He's just there. He sits in the corner. And he watches. He waits. That's such a strange thing, because I guess he's probably... Oh, yeah, okay. Do they become Timkova as they marry a husband? No, that's Manyo. Those are the same names, Tim Kiv and Tim Kova, though. So Kukar. That's the only family to do that. What the fuck are they doing? I don't like them. Why are they different from me? So they moved in with their new son. Their young boy. How we doing? We haven't had any sheep babies yet. Keep that at 24 stock. Now we are at the first time for a while not having to build anything. Look at the row houses, by the way. These are something else. Like, you can get some really nice buildings late game. So something that will contribute to our growth here would be the oil workshop, as we can start to break down these hemp seeds into oil. I think, yeah, it's fine to put it here because it's close enough. We want to have it in line because we're going to have more houses here. This is a small part of town that needs to be, like, built up over time. Oh, that doesn't look too straight. We need to fix that. There we go. Put this like that, put that there, and then rebuild this guy here. Because oil is a necessity in their town, as it helps them, like, increase cooking value. They can cook up some nice fried beef or whatever, fried mutton chops. And then eventually we'll need a slaughterhouse for them. And the fulling mill to process their wheat down, or their wool, I should say. But so far, so good. What are we, year 3? Worst thing that I run into is that I don't have the proper food. Yeah. You haven't seen this guy in a while, so I'm gonna sell him 5,000. How much would you sell me this salt for? How much does it cost to dry fish? I think I need to dry the fish and purchase salt. 30 salt, 50 fish. Okay. Can I have storage there? No. We'll purchase that salt from him, because I'm making good money. They have 2,000 available, or 5,000. So we'll buy 2,000 salt and we'll store that. So that way, we, instead of giving away the fish as fresh fish, we can store it as dried fish, which won't ever go bad. I don't think. Yeah, dried fish doesn't go bad. So, I think that's a good idea. Because I'm thinking I want to get a salt works, but that takes quite a lot of infrastructure. Yeah. You know what? We'll have them working all year round. How's that? Drop this down. 3 builders for now is fine. What are you a laborer at? You're just a chummy old little laborer, huh? Stop being a laborer. Go get a real job. Go build stuff. How do I determine their off season? Oh, okay, yeah. So one guy will work there, and during this season we'll have a few more. Okay, that's good. We've got some jobs available. Perfect. This is gone, so we're gonna change that. And then take that away and store dried fish. So this new year is gonna come, and we'll use that. Did you deliver my salt? There we go. Store that away. How are we doing financially? So we made $31, $30, plus the money we're about to make from this couple sales. Do we not have laborers to fill that? Come on. A second trip from them? Or is that... Yeah, that's Drakachi came again. Sure, I'll give you another 3,000. Why not? So they've got salt stored away. We want to have them make about 500 dried fish. The best part about the dried fish is that it should save a lot of the rotting that happens to them. We can have, yep, 3 workers here. Beautiful. Like clockwork. They get to harvest season here, or planting season. You sell sheep? No, you don't. Oh, we do have wool. They don't need to be killed, I forgot. They shear them. I'm stupid. $29,000 wood is pretty crazy. But I know they can do it. That's good storage too. I usually don't have stored food left over here. How are you guys doing? Drying fish? Ideally we get 5 guys working here. Oh, they can dry it in batches. Are they drying it physically outside? Yes, they are. I see them hanging there. Or at least that's where it would be hanging. Outside. And the buckets full of the salt. Barrels, I should say. Flour seems like something we need to work on. What's the market have? Empty. Potatoes are empty too. How come you're not keeping this up? Because you're working? Oh, I see, I think. Maybe we have to select it. Click to add a source building. Yeah, I am. Right here. Is that not a for this building. That's strange. We got the new house up. So they're gonna build the oil workshop and then the fulling mill to start producing broadcloth and then selling excess clothing and other things. Wow, that's a family. Darn yes, Sidir and Vasilina. Stepan, you are a beast, and you brought your grandma. Your wife's mom, I should say. That's a family. And they're gonna be paying me lots of money. Yeah, having them at $1.20 seems to be ideal for them. Keep an eye on that guy. Jesus Christ. How are you so wealthy, my dude? A 0.25 tax rate. I don't even care if that pisses him off. Fuck you. Who do you think you are? Alright, we're gonna produce some seed oil. That's crazy. This man is he is basically a millionaire. Basically the most ballin' Eastern European alive. Derkachi, you really like me, huh? Well, every time I see them, I'm willing to sell them stuff. Because charcoal is easy for me to produce. All I have to do is just have these here. And actually, I usually like to build charcoal pits right next to here as well. Just to speed up the process a little bit. And the best part is the laborers just come and they deliver it. So if there's no one working, they'll come just do it really quickly. Well, that's so cool. I forget the process of pulling wool. I think that this machine, or these two boats they're building, basically bounce up and down on the water, and that helps separate the wool, like using a contraption. But they used to have to do a lot of different things. I might be completely wrong. I'm gonna have to look it up. I have to figure out what a fulling mill's actual action is. I like to find that stuff out. Is that tree gonna be glitched inside of this building? Okay, no, it's not. I love that they're bringing the, like, curved pieces. They're not just bringing a square piece. They're bringing the actual piece shape. Looks like we got trades coming in. Do we have any spare men? Open vacancies, looking for a job one. There we go. How we doing on dried fish? Oops, I want to click that. Nope, that's the wrong one. 60 dried fish. And we sold 140 already. So every time we put some in, they're selling it. So if you look, they've got buckwheat, peas, dried fish as their basics that can't go bad, and dried fruit as well. I think the next goal would be to get the orchard yard. Orchard would provide us with... I did say I want the cows over here, but I think an orchard would be pretty smart. And you can actually customize the size of the building here. Oh, it's too long. Something like that. It's a relatively cheap building. And that will produce dried fruit. Cherry trees and peach trees and other trees. Look at the fulling mill here. It's essentially like a flour mill, but for wool. Very close. They might get to use it this year. Such a good detail. He just rode the boat back over here to fix it up. You know what? I think they have the nets underneath their boats. And they just let them hang. They're not really like... They're not casting. They're just sitting there. Children are being born. And one thing I do want to do in this zone is... It's getting a little bit of a dicey area for people to work and live, so we want to give them some of their own firewood and dry fish. Maybe some buckwheat. And what else do we have in abundance? Well, we can't keep this full. Oh, we do right now, but that's okay. We'll put hemp oil. And then I'll put potatoes over here. Potato. Nice. Oh! Women can work here. That's sweet. I didn't know that. Makes sense, though. They can work at the regular mill. So let's see what happens when she comes to work over here. She's gonna take some of the excess wool we have. We have 2 new babies as well. Nice, we have a ram and a sheep, so that's perfect. She's gonna start working. Can't really see what she's doing in there, but I can see her. And with the new broadcloth, this lady, she's gonna have clothes, all kinds of stuff coming in. Feels good. Feels good to have an actual city builder that lets you play a city builder. Who'd have thunk it? Tried and tested method here. What do you produce in excess? Raspberries. So you can't grow these things. You only can get them through people like that. Onions, raspberries, cucumbers, onions. I said onions, beetroots, I mean horseradish. Nice, we got that. So pause. So we can set it as apples, apricots, or cherries. I believe cherries are one of the faster trees to grow. We can get this to be a woman, and this will be all year round. Try to get about... Yeah, let's go for all. Go. And eventually I think you can trade animals. I might be wrong. I might not be able to. But you can definitely trade their products. How much would you give me for clothing? You do not care for clothing. But see, this would be a bad trade. 1900 nails for 95 would be worth nothing to you. But stuff like maybe limestone, that's pretty cheap. You could buy that. So you got 2,200 on our iron. Look at how gradually the hill comes into. That's why I built these houses on it. Flat ground has these nice little row houses. And this is gonna need another guy. Put his house back here. Harvest season. How are we doing on that? Nice. That is efficiency. Look at that. That is more laborers than they can fit. All fields getting emptied out. And then it has to get thrashed by the ladies. And our grain storage. Got good grain storage. Good potato storage. Good buckwheat stores. That little hiccup I had when I was planting didn't really affect us. Now, there are other crops that I could think about growing, like sunflowers. Now, those are detrimental. We don't want no sunflowers. Hemp seed oil's just as well. I'm gonna do the same thing. I feel like he only needs to work like after the harvest for like 3 months. And that's it. He doesn't need to do anything else for us. He can go back to the labor pool. Do we give them the rest of August? I think we can take... That's hilarious. We've gone so fast with our get here. We can put them back in for September. Yeah, we don't need that guy though. Okay. Most jobs don't matter. She should always be here. There should never be a day that there's not a person living or working here. Need them to start taking out trees over here. Slaughterhouse will probably go along the water. We've got broadcloth. Wow, there's quite a few men working random jobs here. Let's give you this. And then... Oops. Whoa. Do not want that. That's interesting. How do we not have firewood? What's going on, boys? Are there just no trees nearby? How you doing, Spanka UA? I am making things to produce coal, my dude. That's probably actually why I don't have any firewood now that you mention it. I should probably remove one of these. Welcome, though. Thank you for joining me. My whole industry is based on coal. Nice, these people got married. You can see their family members. One of the things you gotta pay attention to is that they usually come in really broke to get married. I know. I could call them in trade, but I play more casual. I'm not min-maxing or nothing. I'm just gonna play at my pace, you know. But I know you can make a lot of money on gold. Same with like metal parts, horseshoes and stuff. But for me, this is a casual game after my 6 conundrums, Songs of 6 conundrums this week. How much do you buy horseshoes for again? Only 31, that's not a lot. We don't need that. I know. I got a lot of woods, my friend. I'll cut all these trees down and then I'll build little forestry zones with it specifically to make charcoal. It's all coming together. This is a chill game anyways. Nothing bad ever really happens to me. Unless it's my own foolish blunders, not making enough food. But I got my cherry trees. Not enough to start a batch. I need any fruit. You've got apples. I know one of you are making raspberries, weren't you? You fucking jerks. I might have to make one of these houses something else for right now, because this poor lady, she can't grow trees. Oh wait. Oh, I see. She needs fruit from this to be made. She doesn't need fruit to start it. Spanka. I know, man. I've played like 180 hours, maybe 200 hours of Ostriv. The only reason why I don't is because there's trees all around here. I'm just waiting for them to clear this zone right here, and then I'm gonna remove this building and put it over here. And then they'll live over here. Matter of fact, I probably should do it now. Because there's an entire forest I could take advantage of out here. No, you're alright, man. But it's just, like I said, I'm not playing for any min-maxy. If I had no forests, I would be concerned. But I've got a lot of wood. It's just the proximity's distance is a fair bit now. It's getting there. This whole zone was wood before. But we're keeping up with everything. I just have too much charcoal storage. So I want to make this empty. And I'm actually going to set this to 10,000. Yep. And that way they can speed it up. house over here. Alright. So I can put 2 guys here, and then we're gonna also set their stuff to that. And I really don't need that many builders now, so we could take them back into the population. But right now, we're pretty good. Actually, I lied. We'll keep like 3 for building houses here. Keep expanding out. I need those guys to clear out some zones for me though. Alright, it is a little crooked, but it's okay. Alright, demolish that. Yeah, we don't need that much storage. 2,000 should be good. How much is here? Should be enough to move. There we go. Now destroy it, thank you. That'll be enough. Now, for our production, we could do purchasing the limestone might be cheaper, and then we use our charcoal. I don't want to do it now, but I'm thinking in the future, because our next most important process, we can make bricks from clay, sand, water, and charcoal. We need some stone for that. We don't have access to any ores or anything, so we can't really think about that. Glasswork. We would need potash. And that's made from an ashery. So it might need to be the brickwork. Where was it? There he is. We need 1,300 stone, so we could get a stone mining camp, and then we should have little bits of stone around our area here. Stone. So transport, yep, wooden bridge. We're gonna have to cross over eventually anyways. Too low. Too low. That's cute. I like that. That's a good bridge. Salt? Salt's unlimited, I think, on the map. But if I go for salt... Where is it? Salt. Salt. Oh, it's under food. Saltworks takes stone. Not too bad. Let's see if there's any local deposits. There's one right here. And there's one over here, so I could just put it over here. But at the moment, I'm just purchasing. I know. I know I need animals too. I'm just thinking about what kind of productions I want to do. How many sheep do we have? 7. There. I think that's the amount of families I probably want for now. Before I start going overboard. What? That's a big ass family. Yeah, salt might be good to sell. Try to think. Once we get our cows going, I think I need to put a field in here. Maybe we can squeeze one back here. I'll just bring them along the back. I had meant to have this as the zone for it. Actually, now that I think about it, I do want to connect my zones together here. It's just too low out throughout this area here. Right there. Ah, the place is occupied though because of the... That sucks. $35,000 wood is pretty intense. Ideally, I want a short little bridge, so that I don't have to deal with the distance too much. Oh, I see. You know what? Let's see if we can get it like this. Much better. Planting season has started. My YouTube link is on my my Discord or on my Twitch homepage. I don't have access to that right now, my friend. But you can see all my YouTube videos there. I have quite a lot. Almost 600 now. It's kind of crazy. This guy really likes me. And I kind of really like him. How much can I give you? Ooh, that's not too bad. What if I gave you 500? 125 is not too shabby. How much? I think I have like 1,000. 500. What am I looking for? The weaver. You're out of hemp. Yeah, you're out of hemp. So we don't want to sell our excess shirts and stuff. Textiles might be better. And leather too. Because eventually we'll get horses and saddles and stuff, but I want to cover our bases on the bottom here. With food. Wow, they've got a lot of wool coming in. How are you doing? Broadcloth. And then, do you purchase broad? No, you don't. They do have spare threads. I want to make sure that she's not stocking too much of the resources like that. Sheepskin. You need sheepskin to make warm clothes too? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Nice. So let's get a lady working over here. There'll never be a day when she's not working. Forget what the manager does for her. What we're gonna wait for that to build, and then we can add that. So you can have a little platform close by. And we want to replace the hay dryers that we took out. Maybe another one or two here. I lied. I like to have a lot of hay. And then storage. I have a hay barracks. That definitely wouldn't get super moist. You definitely want to have wet hay. You need money for it. Whenever I do this, I feel like a lord, like from the Industrial Revolution, throwing pennies at like starving children. It's okay. You don't need money. I manage all the money. Now, I want this guy to stop producing logs. We'll take that worker from there and we'll put him here. And then these guys are going to chop all these down. And we're going to remove them from here. Because this zone is as good as it's going to be. I'll have to just have buildings placed over here like the slaughterhouse. Eventually we'll have to start slaughtering these guys. We have 7 still. And this poor bastard's about to start doing some terrible things with his mothers. Some Oedipus shit. think now that we're doing better financially, I can boost this up 10 cents. You'll buy apples, shoes. I'm not gonna sell them apples. We don't want to sell any of that food. No way, Jose. That's the progress I'm looking for. What do you mean you don't have access to more foods? Shouldn't be that far. I'll have to put a market over here though, probably. Once their harvest hits, they won't have to worry about that. There's a lot of people in there eating, though. It's possibly the best family to move into my town. Let's order a new cart, and then also I think it's time for another cart parking. Like so. So we have 80 plus people. We'll leave that for other stuff. I swear I see a little bit of it wanting to fit in there. It did want to. It was there. That's fine though, I have those over there. And we'll have these two here. And then we'll add a pasture for our sweet little bovine animals. Of course we can't because the end of the bridge is there. So we have to move it back. And this will be perfect for tons of little cows and babies and stuff to be made. 45 by 30. There we go. Looks good to me. No, it doesn't. I lied. I lied. It honestly should just be like most, if not all of this region here. Because we're not going to be able to get anything else over here. Just a worthless zone here. Interesting they haven't made a road this way. This up. So you can make a carter who'd cart things around, or you could do wagons in a stable. Stable only costs A anyways, so we may as well go for that. And we'll put it on the edge of our town here. Like so. And then we want to have some storage. Yeah, we'll just do the one hay barrack for now. How are you guys? They are good. They're gonna disassemble this whole building now. Like we've got quite a few more sheeps. There's the slaughterhouse. And then I also am gonna need a small granary to support this. It's just gonna be for like meat products and stuff. Man, these guys really like me. We can think about getting the trade dock. Yeah, we'll do that. That will open up the rest of our potential trades. We have access to this part of the map and that part of the map now. So we are all set. I could have technically built the bridge here, but I probably will add one later. Get that screenshot in there. I want it to look nice in here. Doesn't seem like I can get it to fit very nicely. Because it is a nice little archway to go through. If I could get them to like fit between that building there. I guess the best I could do is this, and then what I'll do is make sure that's straight though. Kind of off-put. There we go. And then I'm gonna make a little bit of a fence line here. Kind of like this. We should get rid of these guys. We don't need them. Ah, they can't get. We'll have like a fence going down. Kind of spread it out a little bit. How they're moving. Because what we can do is we can actually just put the hay dryers over here. Kind of like that. fat for these stable boys. They have pumpkins? Hey, they have pumpkins! Look at that pumpkin patch. It's so beautiful. You guys won't have food problems any longer once those pumpkins come in. How are you guys doing? Yeah, they should be constantly doing that. How's my storage on salt? I'm gonna need some more soon. Got plenty of dried fish though. Good to see. Next shipment we get, we'll buy some salt and we'll buy some other stuff. What do you mean you need shoes? I'll be in a tannery. No. It's not a tailor. Oh, shoemaker. Well, I don't have leather, but I could purchase leather next time it comes. Try to make it fit in there nicely. Oh. 3 big booms. I feel like you need multiple windmills to get the benefit from them. So it looks like space for 6 horses. Now, sir. Just a horse. Just a horse. A real horse. Dude, that's perfect timing. I don't know if I want to be doing too much breeding, but we'll get one of each. And I think I can turn him into a draft horse. But we'll just buy one of each. And you don't sell leather, do you? That's fine. You can take some of my money this time. So by the time this is done, yep, it's done. Now we can get a woman over here. She will work here forever. We'll have them supplied by laborers. Go. It's so satisfying to see the boys pull the boats in. And somebody just hops back on it. It's like, I'm going, man. I got a hankering. I got a hankering, and I can't just stop. I got a fish. All of the fish. So we should get 2 draft horses now. And technically, in this game, they eat horses. Pretty sure you can eat the horses. But I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure they turn the horses into a type of meat. They eat them. But I could be crazy. I kind of want them to do that first. Clear up my downtown space a little bit better. I'm not going to make shoes anytime soon. Where are my horses? Require horses. See, I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty good. I think people are a little quick to tell me what to do and how to do it, but I mean, that's 4 years in and I've got horses. I should also have cows. Do I have space? Or trade up cows, but I do have space for cows. You can leave for now. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about friendship. Yeah, you can slaughter them. It's crazy. So if I want to use them, right now we're just going to let them keep going from here. We need a wagon shed here. The wagon shed will be pulled by horses. So we'll put that there and I'll suspend it. I'll suspend the trading dock too, because they do give you good trades, but it's a huge cost of items and resources. I like to try to build up resources a little bit. We can break this down. We can take this out too. Make it empty. Then we can break this down here. So we want that to be a solid fence. You see, it still feels like it's kind of crooked, but that's alright. Do that like so. Right, and now they're going to be forced to kind of walk around it. What we can do in its place is put these nice little benches in here. Oops. Have a nice little zone for them to sit in. Finish the shoemaker. So now they're working on the slaughterhouse. We might have to slaughter past 14 for our sheep here. Just for now. And the same, we'll go past anything past 10 animals, and we'll have to slaughter some. And something I'm going to also have to do is build houses specifically for people in this city who are having babies and getting married and stuff. Wow, that was fast. So yeah, you can tell them to kill horses, pigs, sheep, or cows. Just in time, buddy. So we'll get... They're 40 per unit. That's 120. So we'll do 2 and then 1. So that's 120 total. We can store them, huh? Can I? Maybe I just don't understand it, though, because... Oh, you know what? It's just so in our livestock, but then it shows in export, but I don't think anyone purchases them. I just want a game where I can be a livestock trader. And, like, you can kind of do that in RimWorld, but then you get, like, raided and destroyed. And it's not really fun. Look at all that grain. Or hay. Never gonna be needing hay. They need to be at a stone mining camp to get that stone. How much does it cost? It's not too expensive, but there's only one piece of stone anyways over here. Uneven terrain. Alright, now this one will have stored mutton. We'll never get this much, but 500. beef. 500. I think tallow is a thing that you need. Sallow is something. Pork, we don't have any. Horse meat, I've never considered that. That's horrible. That should be good for now. We don't have chickens, and we're not going to have any anytime soon. That's just spare storage, basically. Oh, shit. There we go. Get our lady working there. So now we have some cows. They should be chilling in here during the winter time. And I want to protect at least these 3. Nope, no killing them. Wow, that was fast. Right. So he's gonna get a mining cart. And I think it was the brick builder that I wanted. Brickworks. Produced from clay, sand, water, and charcoal. And this will be like the start of the other part of town here. Our production zone. Because we're gonna need clay. And sand. Looks like there's some sand in here. Is there any over here? No. 10 trees. Good God. So that's for sand, and then we'll have a forestry dedicated to this zone as well. Specifically so that we can keep that charcoal going. And then we'll have to expand our housing situation over here because they're way too far. But I think that's going to be for tomorrow, as there's going to be quite a lot more to do in this city. Obviously, we've made it through 5 years of settlement. This is a little bit more tough than Songs of Six, especially at the start. But as I get going, I'll be able to get pretty far. My goal is to at least get some of these cool row houses. And then, who knows, maybe we'll see from there. But thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one.